Hey all, welcome back to Cracking the FAANG interviews. If you haven't subscribed already, please click the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload these cool videos. Today I'm going to be talking about an important topic, which is setting a roadmap to transition into or getting into an AI and ML career in 5 months. And a lot of times people have told me that they're scared of transitioning into a new career role like AIML, which is an emerging field, because they don't know how long it's going to take. It might take them years to go through college again. What I want to do today is walk you through a career plan and show you a proven way in which you can optimize this and make this career move in 5 to 6 months at maximum. So first of all, why should you even bother about AI, right? Let's start there. So these are statistics quoted on Enterprise's project. You can take a look at them. You can also look at various other statistics online. In Crux, the projections here are there's going to be 133 million new jobs created by AI by the time of 2022, which is just next year. So AI is a red hot field. There's a lot of economic growth in there. We are just getting started now. I've been in this field for more than 10 years. I can tell you we have a long way to go, and transitioning into this role would be the most bang for buck, would be worth the investment and hard work. And 29% of the job listing growth came from AI in the last 1 year between May 2018 and May 2019. So it just tells you that year over year, if a job profile is growing by 30%, it's just going to keep growing up from there for at least the next 10 years. And AI is at a very nascent and initial stage. And every product you see around you, be it your laptop, be it even your clock, the alarm clock you wake up with, is going to be using AI in future. AI is at a point where we have some technology advances which we are going to productionize, and the applications are just limitless. So what I'm going to do is follow a very different approach here. I'll tell you what skills do you need to get into an AI ML job, right? And we can then look into the plan on how do we get there. First of all, programming. I would just say focus on Python. You don't really need to brush up any other programming language. Learning Python typically takes 3 to 4 months if you're just learning Python. But if you learn Python by doing AI projects rather than learning Python the traditional way, and focus your efforts and prioritize exercises, sort of doing Coursera courses on AIML and using those notebooks as your learning exercise, you can bundle this with your AI prep and stay on top of this. So by the time you get done with your preparation with AI courses, you will have these skills required. So Python is a huge importance. Then libraries or packages in Python, I highly recommend pytorch or tensorflow. These are state-of-the-art packages. You should be familiar with them. And again, you can use your projects to learn some of these. You don't have to, spend dedicated time just figuring out TensorFlow and PyTorch. You can do it on the way as you get to build small networks and do those exercises. I'll get into that part very soon. Then AI and ML, one thing to understand, these are extremely broad terms. These are fields like, something like computer science. Of course, AI, ML has intersections with various fields, but imagine I'm saying computer science. It's as broad as that. And within AI, there are different sort of, branches, to think about it that way. Those are machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, reinforcement learning, data science, and many more to come. There's also graphical techniques, right? Graphical AI is a high buzzword these days. So once you start building your basics in AI, try to figure out which of these areas you're interested in. You may pick two of them. For example, machine learning is traditional machine learning techniques. They can be applied to different applications like computer vision, NLP. Let's say you pick NLP, right? Natural language processing. Then you sort of build your experience and take more courses along that line. and keep focused on these areas rather than doing all of this. Prioritize your career, right? Prioritize your goal. Be extremely goal oriented and sort of keep working towards that. And the experience job interviewers typically look for a new AI ML scientist or engineer is typically projects in one of the focus areas, right? If you're applying for a job in NLP, you want to show that you've done some project work, you're familiar with the latest state of the art techniques like transformers, and so on. So you'll have to sort of do projects on your own, and this is totally possible. You don't really need to be at a company scale to be doing these projects. A lot of this code is open source. And if you really want to know more about that, hit the like button. I'll create more videos and talk in depth on how you can build your portfolio for AI projects. I've mentored several people and they've been able to build this through. So this is totally possible. And what people are looking for is your ability to read, reproduce, and implement research papers. So if I give you a research paper tomorrow where somebody's figured out a technique, most companies like Google, Apple, and even Amazon want to see if you're able to look at that paper and apply it to different problem statements. So learning the math behind some of this becomes very critical. I hope the skills and expectations of the role are clear. Now I'm going to jump on to the 5-month study plan. I'm calling this a roadmap. This can be different for different people, but this is a general idea I want to share today. Start with basic courses. I highly suggest going with Coursera. This will help you get familiar with deep learning concepts in a very simplified way. Andrew Ng has a phenomenal set of courses. Do the specialization. It's going to take you 1 or 2 months, and on the way you learn machine learning and deep learning fundamentals, even though you're just taking the deep learning specialization. And you're also going to get extremely familiar with Python and packages that we talked about like TensorFlow, PyTorch. So invest this time. This 1 and 2 month will sort of act as a stepping gear for you, where all the foundations would be built and you just need to keep adding stuff to it. Next thing I recommend you to do is there's another course which is free, entirely free. It's Fast.ai practical deep learning. There are YouTube videos on this. You just go through these videos. There are a total of 9 videos on different fields. You can also pick and choose which ones you want to do. There are coding exercises. Get your hands dirty. These are courses where you don't pass or fail. You just sort of go through them, build your fundamentals understanding, see how people teach deep learning course, right? So within, this course can be done in a month's time typically, but let's say even if it takes you a month and a half or 2 months, right? You're still within your 5-month planning. And as I said, pick one of the focus areas. If you're picking computer vision, read papers on computer vision, try to stay abreast with the literature, and make projects happen. This is extremely easy. I'm going to make another video if you hit the like button on how do you build projects, right? How do you come up with problem statements? What is important? And once you're done with that, you're basically ready to start applying for jobs. You can always learn in parallel when you apply for jobs. Build a ML AI resume, right? I also have a video for this, which I've already created on how to build a good resume for your dream job. Check the link in the description below. And you start applying for jobs. So that's all I had. This is an extremely simple 5-month plan. You don't have to complicate this. Just follow this simple plan. Start here. And I'm very confident you'll get to the finish line and land up with your dream job. There's a huge shortage in talent in this industry for AI ML jobs. It's just a matter of you to spend this 5-month period, focus on the right things and land your dream job. Thank you again for watching Cracking the FAANG interviews. Please hit the subscribe button down below, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more amazing